Alright, so I'm going to try the first birria taco. So good, very tasty. Very, very good. I'm telling you, you've got to try these tacos. You got to make them at home. They're very easy to make. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe down there, and hit the bell so you'll be notified every week. So it's Friday, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever time you get out of work. And you want to make something good, you want to make something tasty, you want to make something new. Today I give you Birria Tacos. I tasted birria for the first time about 6 or 7 years ago, and there was just something about it. Right now it's very popular. Taco trucks are selling it, and you gotta wait in line. Birria, of course, is a Mexican stewed beef, sometimes made in a plate with sides, other times made in a taco, corn tortilla, some Monterrey Jack cheese, maybe even queso fresco, cilantro, cebolla, however you like it. The one I'm going to do today is made with beef. Traditionally, it's made with out of goat's meat or lambs. I'm using a chuck roast, and so follow me here today, and you'll be on your way to making excellent birria at home. Let's check out the ingredients. Alright, so our ingredients include 3.5 pounds of chuck roast, cilantro, okay, a medium onion. Now here's something special. Once again, anytime you start rehydrating chilies, it's just excellent. We're going to be using Pasilla chilies. These are Pasillas, and these are chile Guajillo. Other people call it cascabel. It's the same thing. And we're going to be using some garlic. Alright, next we're going to use Chipotle peppers, a can of diced tomatoes, 14.5 ounces, some beef broth. For seasoning, we'll be using kosher salt, coarse black pepper as always, cumin, coriander, oregano, some apple cider vinegar, and once we get to making the tacos, we'll be using some white corn tortillas and Monterrey Jack cheese. Alright, so if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get going. First thing I did was I put some beef broth. I put 2 cups of beef broth in a saucepan, and I have that going on the stovetop. And so while that's going, I'm going to use my bullet in order to blend this together. You can use a blender. I'm going to take our chiles. These are our Guajillo or cascabel chiles. Cut off the stems and do your best to take as much of the seeds out. So I'm just going to cut them open, and let's take the seeds out. These are dry, so with the broth that we're boiling, we're bringing it to a boil. With that broth, we're going to rehydrate these while we brown the meat. You don't got to obsess over it too much. Just take the majority of them out, and you'll be happy. So we're taking out the stems. We will not use these stems. They will not get soft. Now I want to thank people that have been subscribing to my channel. It helps me know how good we're doing. It helps me know that people are actually watching and they find value in what I'm doing here. Again, this Stay Home Eat Great thing was birthed out of helping people provide or make good tasty meals at home, and you don't have to go out into the public, at restaurants and stuff like that. Of course, you got to go to the store, but we all got to go to the store. So I am fortunate to have you as my audience, and so I want to thank you. So we have our 3 and 3 chiles here, and I'm going to check my beef broth as it's probably boiling by now. We're going to put the beef broth in here and let it sit, let them get soft. So let's discard the seeds. Alright, our beef broth, 2 cups, are boiling. I've removed them from the heat. Very careful here. Hot pan, hot pan. So we're going to put our beef broth right in here, just like this. Right, so I'm going to get my knife real quick. Be very careful. And just make sure that this gets submerged here. Or if I wanted to, I could have put the chilies in the boiling water. Whichever way you want to do it. All right, so here we have our 3.5 pounds of our boneless chuck roast that we're gonna cut just in big pieces like this. Just like this, off in half, no smaller than that, because it's gonna stew for quite a while in the oven. 2.5 to 3 hours. Here we go, a little bit of olive oil here. Just a bit, I'm just using extra light tasting olive oil here. What I want to do after this is we're going to brown the meat. You have to brown it in order to get some flavor out of it. Alright, here we go. Let's mix it around a little bit. Right here. Salt and pepper. Kosher salt, coarse black pepper. Don't be afraid of it. This is meat, okay? It needs it. Alright, here we go. Let's go to angle 2. And we're going to put in this meat here. We're going to do 2 batches, alright? 2 batches. That way we have space in here to move around. So as you get color, you give a little turn like this. See that? You want some color on here. I have my heat all the way up. Now you're gonna want that color, bringing out flavor this way. This is possibly one of the tastiest things you can make on a Friday night. I'm not kidding. You're gonna see this is really, really good. Can you see that? Can you see this is brown? So I'm going to put this to the side and I'm going to bring in the rest. As I said, I'm doing it in 2 batches. There's some good stuff here on the bottom that we're going to pick up in a bit. The brown stuff, we're gonna pick it up in a second. I'll show you how. So our meat is brown. This is our second batch of our meat. Brown, so I'm going to remove it. And I've rough chopped my medium onion. I'm going to bring in the medium onion. Put it right in here. Start getting some color here. Lower the heat a little bit. Now I have 4 cloves of garlic that I've minced. Put a little bit of oil in here. Just so this gets a little sauteed, so I'm going to put about a tablespoon of oil. All together. Bring down the heat. You don't want the garlic to get toasted, alright? Alright, so we let this go for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. We're going to bring in a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Alright, if you see that as we're doing this, we're picking up all that good stuff on the bottom with the apple cider vinegar. Alright, we're deglazing it. The process is called deglazing. It's going to add a little bit of tanginess, but we're also going to make sure that all of our goodness, all the meat, all the little meat bits that were brown down there, they're all coming up. Alright, so now we're going to return our beef. Bring the beef back in. You can turn off the stove top. The rest is going to be done in the oven. So let's get our oven going at 350 while we finish getting this meat back. So we put all the beef back in as well as any extra juice that came out as your beef was sitting. Put it all back in. Now let's go back to angle 1. Right back to our chilies. We're gonna start off with a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. If you like a little more, you can put up to a teaspoon. So here we go. 2 teaspoons of coriander. 1 tablespoon of oregano. Not the powdered, but the leaves. So I'm going to put in 2 chipotle peppers. Alright, 1, 2, These were a little crushed. And now I'm going to open up my 14.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes. Alright, so we're going to put in our 14.5 ounces of diced tomatoes. So just be very careful here. Make sure you have enough space for all this. Again, if you want, you can use your blender. Here we go. I'm going to pulse this here. Smells excellent. Smells really good. This is going to go inside the meat. Quick tip, when you're making this sauce, you could put salt and pepper in there along with the spices, or you can salt to taste at the end. Whichever you like is better. I put salt in just right now, right before I blended it. So we put this all in here. All in here. And what you want to make sure of is that the meat gets completely covered with this sauce. Alright, because it's going to stew for 2.5 hours at 350 degrees, so make sure it's all covered. If you need to, you can put some more of your beef broth in there, and that's what I'm going to do here. Alright, so here we go. Last time we're going to see this, my oven is already at 350. I'm going to cover it and put it in the oven for 2.5 to 3 hours. It's ready when it's just fork soft. I mean, you can cut it, you can pierce it easily with a fork. Cover it. We're going to put it in the oven. All right, so our birria meat has been going for a little over 2.5 hours at 350 in the oven. Let's have a look, see what we have here. I'm going to pull it out. I can smell something nice. I can smell something. All right, here we go. All right. Let's see if it's fork tender. See, there you go. See the way it looks as you're making the tacos. This meat here comes apart. There you go. This is your birria meat. See this juice here? All this right here. That's come off of the beef as well as the juice that we put in. So to get it started, you dip it in here and you get some of that on your tortilla. And you put it on like that. Just do a couple of them. We gotta get some of this juice. Don't be too quick to flip it, but you do want it to cook through. There you go. We're gonna put our birria meat in each one of these tacos here. Cheese. Close it over. Let that cheese melt. Both sides nice and toasty. So now we're gonna get some cilantro, little onion. I'll put a little more of that sauce in there. Alright, so I'm going to try the first birria taco. Very, very good. You've got to try these birria tacos. They're excellent. They're easy. This is what you got to make for dinner on a Friday night. I thank you for watching this. My name is Steve Lopez with Stay Home, Eat Great. God bless you and be safe.